Hello, hi, and welcome everyone to my channel. This is me, Prem Kumar. Having spent 6 years in the UK, including 12 months after my ILR, it's time to apply for British citizenship, which is basically called British Naturalisation Application. So, if you're on the same journey, having been through the old skilled worker visa, then ILR, and now you're on your citizenship pathway, then this video is for you. In this video, I'll be showing you step-by-step process from start to end. What are the documents required, what are the details to put in, and how to fill the application from start to end. Of course, I'm not an immigration advisor, so this is not a legal guidance or any immigration advice, but just generic guidance. A lot of my friends have recently been through the process, and I've done a bit of research, and I'll tell you each and everything in this video from start to end. So stay tuned till the end. I have also put together an Excel document which lists out all the documents required and all the details like, documents, my details, life in the UK requirements, parent details, and then referees, etc. Everything that you will require for the application. I've already put it down in the Excel, so it's just easier to fill the application. So if you need this Excel sheet, feel free to message me in the comments and I'll send it to you on the email ID. But this is something you should prepare ahead of actually starting application because it will be very, very easy to fill your application after that. So how do you start? You basically go on Google and write British naturalization application and go on the official UK website. There are quite a few sections here like eligibility, how to apply for children after you applied, and certificate. Each and everything you must read before application because you want to make sure you're compliant with all the eligibility requirements, right? And then after that, you can apply via agent yourself, and there's a lot more guidance written here as well. Quickly scrolling into eligibility and fees. The eligibility is basically written like continuous residence, over 18 years, knowledge of English, life in the UK, continuous living in the UK, good character, and then about fee, basically £1735, which includes citizenship ceremony fee as well. So this is the fees, and then there are all eligibility requirements. At the same time, you must make sure that you read this naturalization guidance. There's a lot written here that you must read before going to the application itself. So I'll just head to application now. The application can be done online or by post. I'll just click online here. Are in UK? Yes, of course. Before you apply, you need to make sure all these details are with you. I'll show you each and everything in my Excel before we actually start the application. So I'll head to Excel now. As you can see in identity, I'll need my passport, BRP expired, e-visa account. For residence, I'll need 5 year history and 1 year history after ILR. Reference letter from employer as well, evidence of travel history, then HFI, your HMRC summary from HMRC account. For English, I will need to provide my IELTS certificate that I used to do in the past, and then life in the UK certificate I did at time of ILR, two referees, one British national, one other professional, and then two photographs, which referees will validate. So I'll need at least these things. And then, of course, Home Office may require more details in the application itself. Going to my details tab, what you would require is basically your passport and your country's national ID card. If you had one, basically what you need is your name, date of birth, number of passport or ID card, and then country of issuance, nationality, issued and expired date. You'll need all these details as well for your application. Next thing you will need, as I discussed, is life in the UK test reference. It's something you would have done as part of your ILR application and just use the same reference that you would have got in your email ID. Next bit is your parents' detail, first parent, second parent, first name, last name, date of birth, city of birth. All these details will be required, and you would have used these in your past applications anyways. Next bit is two referees that you would need to provide in your application, and you would require a written signature from them as well. So one of the referees has to be British citizen, and other person can be citizen or professional. It doesn't matter. The person has to provide you full name, date of birth, their address history for last 3 years, profession, telephone number, email ID, passport number for the first person who's British national, and then details of how they know you. So you require all these details from them. What else you require is your Home Office reference numbers from your past applications, any sort of application, ILR, skilled worker visa, any other visit visa you've done in past, ICT visa, anything, whatever history you have with the UK government, UK Home Office, you have to provide reference number to all of them and just list out each and everything there. Last but not the least, you need to provide your travel history as well. So I had to accumulate all my travel history for last 6 to 7 years from my passport and my email. So you make sure to populate this first, and then of course you need to make sure you have the ILR received date as well, because this is the date you have to put in your application, and this is the date to makes you eligible for your British citizenship after 12 months. So once you've populated all these documents and all these details, it's time to apply now. Firstly, you have to register an email and then go for the application, documents, declaration, pay, and further action. We are on the first step of creating an account. I'll do this quickly and then we'll move on the second step being application itself. Once the email address is verified, click continue. First question, who does this email belong to? The applicant. If you involve an immigration advisor, make sure to write that, save and continue. No advisor, give and continue. Continue. Are you completing the form for someone else? No, myself. Your name. Save and continue. Any other names? No, same name. Continue. We more contact email. Can we use this email address to contact you? Of course. Save. Yes. Continue. Telephone number. Can be contacted in UK, outside UK. Save and continue. Postal address. My current address. Is this where you live? Of course. Yes. Save and continue. Current address. Have you lived at your current address for 5 years? No. I have to give 5 year address history as well. So and continue. US address. Now I have to provide all my 5 years address history here. So I'll just do that and then we'll move on to the next step. I've already added my 5 year history, so no. Save and continue. Citizenship ceremony. Where do you want to do the ceremony? So my council is Redbridge, so I'll go with Redbridge here. Redbridge, select save and continue. Sex and relationship status. I'll quickly do this male and married. The nationality, country, and date of birth from the Excel sheet we prepared. So I'll just take Pakistan here. Again, Pakistan. Date of birth as per the passport. Date of birth again as per the passport. Save and continue. Passport. I have to provide passport details and valid passport. So yes, I'll do each and everything here, and then we'll go next. Next one is BRP, the expired BRP that you have. BRP, yes. So I'll add my BRP number as per my expired BRP here. Save and continue. The identity card from Pakistan. All the details, yes, I do. And then I'll put all the details, and then we'll select next. The nationality is no. The nationality, no. Save and continue. Granted indefinitely. Have you been granted ILR? Yes, I have been. Date you leave was granted. This is the date that you received to ILR, and this date is actually written on your ILR that's expired. So mine was received, and that date is written as place and date of issue. Was indefinite leave to remain under EU settlement scheme? No, it was not. Save and continue. Now your national insurance number, you can find this at a number of places. I did make a video about that. You can watch that, but I'll just go into my HMRC app, and that is the national insurance number written over there. Save and continue. Test. Have you passed the life in the UK test? Yes, you did pass at time of ILR, so I'll say yes. Enter your life in the UK test reference number. I'll take this from Excel file I already prepared. Click save and continue. Do you have any previous visa, entry clearance, or leave to remain where you had to prove your knowledge of English? Yes, you had to prove as part of a skilled worker visa. Then say yes. Tell us a previous visa, entry clearance, or leave to remain you had. So I had my indefinite leave to remain ILR. Save and continue. Did you meet the knowledge of English requirement as part of ILR? Yes, I did. Do you have a degree that was taught in English? No, I wasn't for the requirements of immigration. Save and continue. Have you passed an approved English language test? Yes, I did. IELTS. Did the test assess your speaking or listening skills? Yes, it did. Certificate. Save and continue. Now parent details, first parent and second parent. So I'll just start with mother. I've already noted all these details in the Excel file, so I'll just go there and copy paste here, and then we'll submit this section. Have you always had the same nationality? Yes. Save and continue. Convictions, other penalties. At any time, have you read any of the following in UK or other country? Make sure to read everything. I had nothing, so I'll say no. Save and continue. Sex offenders registered? No. Bankrupt? No. Save and continue. Make sure to write each and everything appropriately and truthfully. Don't hide anything they know anyways. Next one is non-applying dependents. Do you have any dependents not applying with you at this time? Yes, I do. My wife, she's not applying right now. She will apply in future. Save and continue. Have any of the non-applying dependents been convicted? No. Nothing. Save and continue. War crimes? No, nothing. Make sure to read everything. Test activities? No, nothing. Save and continue. Test organizations? No, nothing. Save and continue. Terrorist views? No, nothing. Save and continue. Have you, as part of employment, otherwise undertaken paid or unpaid activity on behalf of non-government non-UK government, which you know would be dangerous? No, nothing. Have you engaged in either activities which might indicate you are not a good character? No. Is there any other information about a character would like to make aware? No, nothing. Save and continue. First referee, now you have to add your both referees here. First referee has to be British national. About referees, referee must not be relative, solicitor, agent, not related to other referee, not employed by Home Office. All these details, make sure to read this. I'll just populate my referee details here, and then we'll go next. Additional details of your first referee. Now you have to add all these details that we already talked about when we went through the Excel sheet. The second referee can be a non-British citizen, right? It has to be professional, and that's a criteria written, of course. More details like the first referee. Does the referee have a British passport? No. How does the referee know the applicant, friends, and work colleagues? Save and continue. Next one is previous applications. Have you made any previous UK immigration application? Yes, I did for my ILR, my skilled worker visa renewal, my skilled worker initial visa. Yes. Save and continue. Name in which you made the application, Prem Kumar. Date of application, if known, it should be in your email ID, especially the last ILR application. So I got mine from my emails. Enter your reference number, if known, it can be in your email account. So make sure to read those emails in past. Was the application made in UK? Yes. Were your fingerprints taken? Yes. As part of my ILR, they were taken. Date fingerprints were taken, if known. So I would have got an email from TLS Contact or UK Home Office when I went for my biometrics. So I'll just check that. I got this from my emails. Save and continue. Additional previous applications. Have you had any other immigration history? Yes, I did. Save and continue. Name in which you made the application, Prem Kumar. Date of application, I have to find when did I apply in past for my skilled worker renewal. Was the application made in UK? Yes. Were your fingerprints taken? No, it was done in the UK ID app. Save and continue. You previously made any other immigration application in UK or abroad? Yes, I did my initial skilled worker visa. Save and continue. No, it's not known. It's not known. Made in UK? No, it was not. Pakistan. All the fingerprints taken? Yes, it was. Date fingerprints were taken? If known, don't recall. So I'll just say continue. No further application. But if you got any visit visa application or any ICT, make sure to write those as well. Your current partner. What's the name of your current partner? Mrs. Ishma Kumari. Click save and continue. Next one is use your partner known by another name. No, she's not. Date and birth and nationality of your partner. Is your partner a naturalized British citizen? No, she's not. Town and city of birth. When did you marry or enter a civil partnership? Make sure to provide the right details and the details that you would have provided as part of your dependent partner visa application when you brought your wife or husband from abroad. Previous partners? No. Children and other partner? No. Are you currently employed? Employment details. What's your occupation? Chartered accountant. An employee? I am. Employer business name. Deloitte LLP. I'll fill all the details like address and then postcode, start date, tax office reference number, etc. And then we'll go next step. When did you first arrive in UK? Now you have to dig down in your old history of coming to UK. Where did you first arrive in UK? Just fill this one. And where did you first arrive in UK? I think I arrived on Heathrow Airport. Have you had any trips outside the UK? Yes, I did. Then I have to provide 5 years history of trips, which is really an annoying process. Click yes and then save and continue. Outside UK, I have to provide details of each and everything. I have already prepared an Excel for this, but this is a cumbersome process. I'll get this done and then we'll go on the next step. Do you plan for your main home to be UK? If your application is successful, of course, that's why I'm applying for citizenship. You meet these residence requirements. Now you have to make sure that you actually meet this like 50 days for 5 year period, and then you must not be outside UK for more than 90 days in the last 12 months. Yes, I do meet all the requirements. I did my Excel tracker. I meet everything, and that's why I say yes. Save and continue. Are there any reasons why you cannot meet requirements of British? No, there's nothing like that. Do not meet the statutory requirement to become British citizen. Are there any special circumstances? No, nothing like that. Save and continue. Do you have any other details that you like to be considered regarding the applicant and their application to be registered British citizen? No, no other details I have to provide. Check your answers now. You have to literally check each and everything, and then we'll go to the next step, which is documents. Then click continue. My application form is completed here. Now down there, ask if you want to do another applicant together, right? I don't want to do anyone right now. So I'll just click continue here. After that, documents wise, as I showed you earlier, list of documents are already prepared, but let's have a look here if there's anything additional that I need to make sure that's provided. So passport issued by Pakistan for Mr. Prem Kumar is okay. Certificate of English learning. I got my IELTS certificate. I'll attest that. That's fine. You don't need to provide anything else. Proof of living in UK for Mr. Prem Kumar for 5 years. So I'll provide my proof of address here, my employment proof saying, I'm in UK. My HMRC tax summary is showing I'm in UK for more than 5 years, each and everything. So I'll provide that. And then two refi declarations for Mr. Prem Kumar. I have already asked my friends to do that. You must provide your documents after you submit the application. Basically, it has to be uploaded, or you can go to the center and get that scanned over there. But I'll just recommend upload to yourself. You do not need to send any physical documents home office unless you're advised to do so, right? On documents, I'll just tick all these boxes and then we'll move down to declaration, pay, and then further action, which is basically biometric to be booked. So yes, I'll provide my passport, certificate, and each and everything, continue residence, etc., to declarations, and save and continue. To referees must fill in a signed declaration for each application you are making. Ensure you have read the guidance, etc. So I have to download these two files because I need to get these filled from the guys. I already put the names in. So I'll just download these forms first. Click here and then move next. Next one is declaration for date of application. I understand the date of my application to be the date the Home Office receives, which is basically the date I apply online. There's no delay. This is important because they need to make sure they calculate 1 year period after ILR and literally 5 years back on this day you are in UK. So indeed, date of application is really important to make sure you do it right. Click here. Next step in declaration is you confirm that you are the applicant. I accept above. Now check all the answers you have provided here in declaration step and then we'll move next. Last bit here is fee and then we'll move to the further actions, which is basically booking your biometric appointment. So choose a service, you need to pay a standard fee. It keeps increasing significantly every time. So the standard fee is £1,735, which I have to pay now, and I can get decision within 6 months. People get decision generally within a couple of months, but 6 months is the time the Home Office has provided that you should be generally able to get a decision. Now about the fee, there's only one standard service option, which is £1,735. There's no priority, super priority, or any other option here at all. Unlike skilled worker visa ILR, you have to pay same amount and you can get a decision within 6 months. People do get it earlier, some people do get it later, but 6 months is the official guidance. So you save and continue. You are paying 1735 and then you continue to world pay and then you make the payment. The payment is successful now. I paid £1,735 for my application and the date of payment is your date of application and that will be required to be matched back in time 5 years ago for the requirements. The confirmation email has already been sent to my email ID. I'll just print that one just for my records first. Now you have to click save and continue to final task. After the payment, there are some mandatory actions to be done, and then there are some optional actions to be done. For mandatory, you need to make sure you get your referees form and signature done from them, and then you need to make sure to book an appointment. In terms of optional actions, download your supporting documents checklist and download a copy of your application forms. So you should download these for your own records first. Click here to book an appointment. Continue. click get started here. Applicant, nationality, applicant reference, email ID. Now I have to create an account here before actually booking an appointment. Register. Select to activate the account. Put your unique application reference number here and then the password that you used to create this account. Now I have to book the appointment by selecting the nearest location for me. In one of these locations, I'll book an appointment and go to appointment for my biometrics. However, the documents I can upload ahead of time online, which I'll do in the due course. But that's all the process. Hopefully this helps you guys. Thank you so much for watching.